Good morning, students. So, welcome to next class. In the previous class, we discussed regarding the steps involved in calculation of ANOVA one-way classification table. So, here a small summary here regarding a one-way classification model table, that is sources of variation, sum of squares, degrees of freedom, mean squares, variance, ratio of F. So this table you have to remind. In the previous class also I have said to recollect this table, and you have to had this table. That is the most important. Why? Because while we are calculating one-way classification, this table helps us. And all after completion of all the calculations, we have to summarize all the values in the form of this table. Then finally we are going to calculate MSE divided by MSE. Then these calculated values should be compared with the table value, that is critical value. Okay, then we are going to take the decision. So you observe this table: between samples, within samples, then total. Sum of square in the place of SS between sample, here we are going to take SSC V1 is equal to C minus 1, MSC is equal to SSC divided by C minus 1. Then we will get MSC value. After completion of these between samples, go for the next one, that is within samples. Okay, then that is nothing but SSE. Then V2 is equals to N minus C. MSE is equals to SSE divided by N minus C. Then we are going to get MSC. Then MSC divided by MSC value, we call it as calculated value, that is variance ratio of F. Then after completion of between samples, within samples, these SSC plus SSE is equals to SST, that is total. Then K is equals to N minus 1. Okay, already we discussed regarding what is SST, what is SSE, what is SSE, MSC and MSE. Then here note number 1, the same procedure for analysis of variance is applicable for both equal and unequal samples. Already we discussed regarding in note 1 and note 2 also. Then note 2 says that assume 5% LOS, that is level of significance, if anything is not mentioned in the given question, whether it is a 1% or 2%. So in the today's class, we are going to start the problematic part here. So observe these problem. We are going to solve this problem. Okay, here the problems are there. To assess the significance of possible variation in performance in a certain test between grammar schools of a city, a common test was given to a number of students taken at random from the senior 5th class of each of 4 schools concerned. The results are given below. Make an analysis of variance of data. So in the given question, they have taken a grammar school. Okay, a grammar school, senior 5th class students, randomly they pick up the, okay, here school A, school B, school C, school D, or we can say grammar school 5th class, okay, senior 5th class here, and 4 schools here. Okay, so here school A, B, C, D, school A, B, C, D here. Observe carefully. Okay, here is schools A, B, C, D. That is the values are randomly picked up here: 8, 10, 12, 8, 7. Then B here 12, 11, 9, 14, 4. C 18, 12, 16, 6, 8. Then D 13, 9, 12, 16, 15. Okay, here the theoretical information also available in this given question, but sometimes what happens in the given question paper, the theoretical information will not be available. Based on these table only, we are going to calculate all the values. So here how many schools are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 4 samples are there. Total number of samples are 20. Total number of samples are there here. Note 1 says that unequal or equal values are given, then the same procedure we have to follow. Here all the equal values are there. Again here also all equal values are there. Here equal values are there. Equal values are there. We are following the same procedure. Then sometimes what happens, unequal values will be there. Unequal values means here the value will be not there. Here instead of 10 complete it is a nil, and 12 also nil. In the same procedure for B and C and D, then unequal values also there, then we have to follow the same procedure. Okay, here you observe this solution here. After given these question, in the given question 5% LOS is not given, number 1. Then 1% LOS also not given. So we have to assume that here 5% only we have to assume. Nothing is mentioned in the given question. So you observe the solution here. So calculation of ANOVA table here. Calculation of ANOVA table. Okay. Here sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. Instead of A, B, C, D, I am written here sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. In addition to this sample 1, I am written here x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, x1 values are here. The same question I am copied here. Okay, same question. X2 values here, x3 values here, x4 values here. Okay, the first step is here. The total, we should do the total. All the values should be total here. 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 8 plus 7. The total is 45. Again, the same procedure apply for the sample 2 also. X2 values, that is 50, x3 values 60, x4 values 65. After doing that, these total, find out the average here. Average is nothing but x bar of all the values here. Okay, 45 divided by how many samples are there in x1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 divided by 5, that is 9. Then 50 divided by 5, that is 10. 60 divided by 5, that is 12. 65 divided by 5, that is 13. Okay, after getting these value, okay, the first step is here, grand mean of average. Grand mean of average here. Okay, you observe carefully, grand mean of average. Okay, that is nothing but x double bar. Okay, x double bar. You observe carefully, x double bar here. X double bar is equals to x bar 1 plus x bar 2 plus x bar 3 plus x bar 4. Okay, x bar 1 plus x bar 2 plus x bar 3 plus x bar 4 divided by C, that is number of samples, divided by C, that is number of sample. That is x double bar is equals to x bar 1 value is 9 here, x bar 2 value is 10, x bar 3 value is 12, x bar 4 value is 13 divided by C. C is nothing but number of samples here. Okay, number of samples. How many samples are there here? Sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. Only 4 samples are there. That is 44 divided by 4, that is 11. You got 11. Okay, then second one, grand mean of all samples. Grand mean of all samples, that is x double bar is equals to sigma x1 plus sigma x2 plus sigma x3 plus sigma x4 divided by n, that is total number of samples here. Okay, in the first case here, what we done here, all x bar values are divided by number of samples. Then in the second case here, what happens, grand mean of all sample, that is x double bar is equals to totals, all the totals divided by total number of samples here. You observe carefully, x bar sigma x1, sigma x2, sigma x3, sigma x4, 45 plus 50 plus 60 plus 65 divided by total number of samples are there. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 samples are there. 220 divided by 20. Okay, you got 11. Okay, this is a very important here, this important point here. Grand mean of averages, grand mean of all samples, the value should be, you have to get the same value. In this first case you got 11, in the second case also you should get 11 only, then you are doing the problem is correct. Then if you got the value, different value here in this case, then you done small mistake. Okay, you have to check. Okay, this is very much, you have to remind, and this is important point here. After getting these 11 in the two cases, okay, then now the problem will start here, that is variance between samples. You have to go for the table here again, table in the sense ANOVA table. You are going to calculate SSC value, that is between samples here. To get these SSC value, okay, to get this SSC value, we are going to do in this way. You observe carefully. To obtain variation between samples, calculate the square of the deviation of various samples from the grand average. The mean of sample 1 is 9. Mean nothing but the average, but the grand average is 11. So we will take the difference between 9 and 11 and square it. 9 and 11 difference is here. 9 minus 11 is 2. 2 square is 4 here. Okay, all we have written here 4. Sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. To get these sample 1 values, what you done here? In sample 1, 9 is the average and grand mean is 11. Okay, take the difference between average and grand mean here and square it. Okay, 9 minus 11 and square it, that is we got 2 square is 4. Okay, here the 4 is written for 5 times, 1 2 3 4 5. Then do the total, that is 20. Then the same which method you applied to get these 20, the same procedure apply for the sample 2 also. So you observe carefully. So we will take the difference between mean 9 and 11, square it. Then similarly for the sample 2, the mean is 10. The mean is here 10 here. You observe carefully, mean is 12, 10, and grand average is 11. Grand average is 11 and then square it. Then you will get 5. Okay, 10 minus 11 is 1. 1 square is 1 only. So you will get 5. The same procedure apply for sample 3, sample 4. Okay, after getting these values, that is 20, then 5, then 5, then 20. Okay, we are going to calculate, we are going to do addition. Okay, sum of squares between samples is equals to 20 plus 5 plus 5 plus 20 is equals to 50. SSC is equals to 50 here. After getting SSC value between samples, in the between sample step here, V1 is equals to C minus 1, degrees of freedom. After getting sum of squares, go for the degrees of freedom. After getting degrees of freedom, go for mean squares. After getting mean squares, go for within samples here. Okay, degrees of freedom, see, you observe carefully, degrees of freedom V1 is equals to, okay, V1 is equals to N minus C. N stands for how many samples are there here? 4 samples are there. 4 minus 1. C stands for 4 minus 1 minute here. You observe, sorry, 4 N minus C minus 1. This is not N minus C. Small mistake. C minus 1. Okay, C for here, how many samples are there? 4 samples are there. 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. Then mean sum of squares between samples is equals to MSC divided by this 50 stands for SSC value. MSC is equals to, okay, SSC by C minus 1. 50 divided by 4 minus 1. Then you got 16.7. Because there are 4 samples and degrees of freedom is equals to 4 minus 3. Okay, then you got 16.7. We call it as MSC is equals to 16.7. After getting between samples all the values, go for variance within the samples here. Okay, you observe carefully. Here we find the sum of squares is the deviation of various items in a sample from the mean values of respective samples. Okay, thus for the first sample here, the mean is 9, and so we'll take the deviation from 10 and so on. Okay, 10 and so on here. You observe carefully in the sample 1, you write the same question. That is, we call it as x1 values 8, 10, 12, 8, then 7. Okay, again the sample 2, observe carefully here. X2 values are 12, 11, 9, 14, 4. These x1 values, x2 values, x3 values, x4 values, it is we are copied from the question paper. The question itself we are copied here. Okay, to get a variance within the sample, we are going to apply the formula, that is x1 minus x bar 1 whole square here. Okay, x1 value is 8 here. Okay, you observe carefully, x1 value is 8, x1 again value is 10, x1 12, x1 8, x1 7. Okay, x bar 1 value is how much? X bar 1 is here 9. 8 minus 9, that is 1 square is 1. 10 minus 9, 1 square 1 only. 12 minus 9, 12 minus 9 means 3 square 9, you got 9. 8 minus 9, okay, that is 1 square 1. 7 minus 9, 7 minus 9 how much? 2 square 4. Okay, again once again observe carefully for sample 2 also here. X2 values are here 12, 11, 9, 14, 4. X2 minus X bar 2 whole square here. X bar 2 how much here? 12 minus 10, 2, 2 square 4. 11 minus 10, 11 minus 10. Okay, 11 minus 10 means here 1. Okay, 1 square 1. Okay, again you apply for the next one here. 14 minus 10. 14 minus 10 how much? 4. 4 square 16. 4 minus 10, 6. 6 square 36. Okay, after getting these values, sample 1, sample 2 values, we got the values here. That is 16. Sigma x1 minus x bar 1 whole square. See, sigma in the sense, this symbol we have to write. Why? Because we are doing the total here. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 9, 11, 12, then 4. That is 16 here. You got 16. The same case apply for the sample 2, then sample 3, sample 4. Then you will get 16, 58, 104 and 30. Okay. Again, I am repeating for a sample 3 here. Observe carefully. These x3 values are, we are taken from the question itself. X3 minus x bar 3 whole square. Okay, x bar 3 whole square here. Then here 18 minus x bar 3 value how much here? X bar 3 value is 12. Okay, 18 minus 12. That is we got 6. 6 square is 36. 12 minus 12 is 0. 0 square is 0 only. 16 minus 12, 4. 4 square, 16. Then 6 minus 12, that is 6 only. Then 6 square is 36. 8 minus 12, 4. 4 square, 16. Then again do these total, 36 plus 16 plus 36 plus 16. You got 104. The same procedure apply for the sample 4 also. Okay, sample 4 also. Sum of here, sum of squares within the samples is equals to 16 plus 58 plus 104 plus 30 is equals to 208. Okay, you got 208. The SSC value already we got. V1 value is there. Then MSC value is also there. Between sample is completed. Then within samples here already we calculated all these values. After calculating these values here, 16 plus 58 plus 104 plus 30 is equal to 208. This value 208 we call it as SSE value, sum of squares within samples. After completion of this year, go for degrees of freedom. Okay, degrees of freedom, that is V2 is equals to N minus C. N stands for total number of samples. C stands for here number of samples here. Total number of sample is 20. Then number of sample is 4. That is 16. V2 is equals to you got 16. V1 is 3. V2 is 16 here. Then after getting degrees of freedom, means sum of square within sample is equals to 208 divided by 20 minus 4. That is 208 by 16. That is 13. Okay. Here in this case you got the value we call it as MSE value. MSE value, that is 13. Okay. Then after that there is a doubt that whether the value that is 50 and 208 whether it is correct or not. Okay. So another method also there, whether our calculation is right or wrong. To check that calculation here, it is advisable to check up the calculation by finding out total variation. That is, total variation is calculated by the taking the squares of the deviation of each item from the grand average. Again, the another procedure also there to get these value. We are going to check once again here. Same sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. X1 values, X2 values, X3 values, X4 values we are copied from the question paper. Okay. In the previous problem, in the variance within sample here, we have what we written? X bar only we written, but here X double bar values here. All these X1 values are subtracted with X bar 1 values in the previous table. Previous table means variance within the sample. But in these total variation here, what happens here? X1 values here, X1 minus X double bar 1 whole square, X2 minus X double bar 2 whole square. Okay, then again x3 minus x double bar 3 whole square, x4 minus x double bar 4 whole square. Okay, 8 minus 11, x double bar value is 11. 10 minus 11, x double bar value is 11. 12 minus 11, 8 minus 11, 7 minus 11. Okay, 8 minus 11 means 3, 3 square 9. 10 minus 11, 1 square 2. Okay, sorry, 1 square 1 only. 12 square, you have 12 minus 11 1 square 1. 8 minus 11 3, 3 square 9. 7 minus 11 4 square 16. Okay, you got 36. Again the same procedure apply for sample 2 also, that is 63, 109, 50. Okay, once again I am repeating the procedure what we applied for sample 1, we are going to apply for sample 2 also here. Okay, 12 minus 11 1 square 1. 11 minus 11 0 square 0. 9 minus 11 2 square 4. 14 minus 11, that is 3 square 9. 4 minus 11 7 square 49. Okay, total sum of square, that is SST is equals to 36 plus 63 plus 109 plus 50 is equals to 258. SST value is equals to 258 you got. Okay, after totaling these two values, that is SSC is equals to 50, SSE is equals to how much you got? 208. 50 plus 208 is equals to 258. Hence our calculation is right here. SST. Okay, after inserting all these values in that ANOVA one-way classification model table, you will get 258. That is a 50. See, you observe carefully here. 50 plus 208. Okay, 258. Okay, it is advisable to check whether our these 258 is right or wrong. This procedure we are going to follow. Then degrees of freedom, that is k is equals to n minus 1. Total number of sample is equals to capital N minus 1, that is 19. You observe carefully here. Degrees of freedom, V1 is equals to 3, V2 is equals to 16, then k is equals to 19. After getting all these values, what we are going to do? We are going to interpret all these values in these ANOVA table. That is between samples is 50, source of area, sum of squares, within sample is 208, total is 258. Degrees of freedom, V1 is equals to 3, V2 is equals to 16, then k is equals to 19. You observe carefully, V1 that is 3, V2 is equals to 16. If you add these 3 plus 16, then you will get 19 only. Okay, otherwise you observe carefully, 9 minus 1, that is 20 minus 1, that is 19. Okay, then mean square, that is SSC and SSE value you got here. Okay, here important point here, variance ratio of F, you can add here one table, otherwise simply F is equals to variance between the samples divided by variance within the samples. These formula we are going to apply at the here in the fifth column, that is variance ratio of F. 16.7 divided by 13.0, that is equals to 1.285. This value we call it as calculated value. Okay, these calculated value should be compared with the table value at 5% LOS, ANOVA 5% LOS table value. Okay, the conclusion will be written in this way. You can write conclusion or comment. Okay, according to your convenience you can write comparison of calculated value with the table value or critical value. The table value of V1 is equals to 3. At V1 is equals to 3 and V2 is equals to 16 at 5% LOS, that is 3.24. In the table, in the critical table here, this 3.24 will be there. That is the critical value table. That is a critical value. This calculated value of F is less than, see, this 1.285 is less than the table value, that is the critical value 3.24. Hence, the difference in the mean values of sample is not significant. We accept H naught. Okay, you have to write in this way. Then your problem is correct. Then you have to take in this way, the decision will be taken whether it is accepted or rejected. I think you understand this problem, and I will give some few more problems in the next class for your practice purpose. So you listen this video properly, then you will get complete clarity regarding this problem. So students, thank you very much for listening today's class. Okay, we'll meet the next class. So thank you very much.